the whole system begins to fall. The dot-com boom of 2000 and the bust, and then the subprime meltdown of '08. Both of those cut the market in half. And the storm clouds I see from where I sit are clearly visible. It's not a pretty picture for the buy and holders of 401ks.
95% of our country doesn't have any idea how any of this works, so they just get angry. Instead of thinking to themselves, I know somebody who has more money than me, why don't I just go figure out what they did?
That's really strange that they don't teach money at school. What they teach us to do, get a job, be an employee. I don't want to do that. The rich don't pay taxes legally because the government wants us to do certain things. They're incentives. They tax the stupid, the uneducated, the misinformed. So I'm using debt to get richer. Most people use debt to get poor.
We've watched this great financial experiment absolutely be decimated, yet people are still taking part in the experiment. And because of that, they stay stuck, they stay poor, or maybe middle class at best, with Herculean effort to say, if I have the right work ethic or I work hard enough, I'll be better off. Hard work with the wrong philosophy still equals bankruptcy.
I used to open my real estate seminars with, how would you like to know the secret to getting rich? And my answer is, go into debt as far as you possibly can. Okay. And then I would let there be silence in the room while people kind of digested that. But then I qualified that.
It was Einstein that said compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. It was Rothschilds that said, no, compound interest, tax-free. A dollar doubled 20 times is $1 million if it's tax-free. In a 25% tax bracket, it's only worth $72,000. Wow. When you could have had $1 million.
Unemployment is the first and only sign of growth in the economy. I see unemployment, I go, wow, if GDP is pretty flat or going up and there's been some unemployment, that means output didn't stop. Output probably went up.
Making money and keeping money are two very different skill sets. That's the difference between making $250,000 a year and $250 million a year. As long as you keep reading about that and not doing it, you're going to stay where you're at. And I don't think young entrepreneurs these days really understand that.
The largest exchanges and cryptocurrencies are dominated by banking interests, and they're not stupid. If the public had known that the reform legislation was written by the bankers, they would never have gone for it. There's a real name for that, and it's called a cartel.
One of the things that is really interesting about crypto is not only is it extremely exciting technology, not only are we seeing really, really exciting early markets, but also it's so exciting that it's bringing, a good majority of the smartest people in coding and in finance that are coming up.
Blockchain is the most exciting innovation. There's going to be trillions and tens of trillions of dollars of capital created through this system. There's going to be so much value created that all we need is one tiny little sliver of that value and we're just fine. I am going all in.
Really what needs to be explained is our wealth, our prosperity. Where did that come from? And how do we generate more of that for everybody globally? Let's not worry about what the market's going to do tomorrow. Let's not worry about people telling you it's going to crash next year, those kinds of things. Think about being an investor for the rest of your life, and let's start doing it the real way, the way that works.
The rapaciousness and mercenary nature of Wall Street and the things that they do make them impossible. We offer that expertise that does help level the playing field. At the end of the year, I calculate our average gain, and we just do really well.
Only 50% of the population is cognitively hardwired to be an entrepreneur. And the other half of us were just not programmed that way. Imagine if you had a $10,000 or $20,000 a month residual coming that just took care of you, earning a small amount off the efforts of many versus 100% of just me.
The middle class are people who may have a little bit of money, but most of the time they end up spending what they have. And the challenge with that is your business will always be a mirror of yourself. I was trying to make businesses make money, but I wasn't myself being cash flow positive. I wasn't reinvesting the money, buying properties, buying assets, making sure they were making money for me. Why would the money come my way? Money's always trying to find the best home. And if I'm not able to appreciate the money won't appreciate.
Let me just declare my bias right up front. I am a capitalist. I think capitalism is collectively the greatest thing that humanity's ever created, and I'm going to prove it to you.